So I never made a video about microtransactions and loot boxes in video games because by the time I was going to put the video up, it was a little too late and there was a lot of information out there about it already. But after the news of what Activision is doing with a patent that they just got approved for, I guess it's time to make that video. What up everybody, it's your boy Gaming Forte, back at it with another video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to the channel. It definitely helps out a lot. Make sure you share it on your social medias with all your friends. I really appreciate it. So Activision has probably came up with one of the most brilliant, schemy, scummiest ways to ever make a microtransaction work in a video game. Just because of the microtransaction patent that just got passed for them through the US Patent Department. This is crazy because it gives them direct ability to basically put people into matches together to influence the buying purchases of microtransactions by using multiplayer shooters. And they even talk about in this article that this system was built around shooters, but it can be used for anything. So listen to what they had to say in this article about these microtransactions. Activision was granted a patent this month for a system it uses to convince people in multiplayer games to purchase items in-game through microtransactions. This is crazy. Activision has come out and said that they do not use this system in any of their games currently, and also Bungie confirmed that they do not use this technology in Destiny 2. So those are really good things to hear. But is it really true? The biggest thing that this patent says is it's very ambiguous. We do not know exactly what's happening here. Now there's a part of the patent that Rolling Stone got a piece of, and they basically talked about how the patent details how multiplayer matches are configured, especially how players are selected to play with each other. That process used by Activision involves the computer looking at a wide variety of factors, including skill level, internet latency, availability of friends, and other things. It then goes through a system to first soft reserve a slot in the game for a player and then assign the player to the same match. But that's not it. It's even more to this. This system really goes down into the nitty-gritty of enticing players to purchase in-game items. For an example, in one implementation of the system may include a microtransaction engine that arranges matches to influence game-related purchases. According to the patent, for instance, the microtransaction engine may match a more expert marquee player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make game-related purchases of items possessed used by the marquee player. A junior player may wish to emulate the marquee player by obtaining weapons or other items used by the marquee player. So they're basically telling you that, hey, we're going to throw you in a game with somebody that has some really cool overpowered stuff that we see in our marketplace really selling. Then they're going to put this blueberry in there that might like playing with certain weapons that you play with, but they know that you have the OP god tier weapon that you can only get through microtransaction or by grinding out the game forever on end to actually get. So they're telling you like, hey, you want that really cool weapon now? I'm gonna show you how that really cool weapon performs in a game with somebody that has it. And once you get wreck-faced by it so many times, it's gonna make you want to go out and buy it. So this is the system that Activision has implemented. And like they said, they haven't done it in games yet, but just listen to the way this system works. It's through matchmaking. How do you know it's not in games already? How do we know that Activision isn't using this to actually sell out to other developers to actually have in their games? So I mean, it kind of sucks that we have to put this broad brush over the whole multiplayer spectrum of all games, because unfortunately this is something that you can't really track. If they want to run this in their background algorithm about how matchmaking works, we won't know how it works at all, because most of these developers don't tell you at all how the matchmaking in their game works. I know a lot of people been trying to crack the code on how matchmaking works. Some people know that it works. The closer you are to somebody, the better chance you have of matching up with that person. But what are the different tiers? What is it actually looking for? We know that they have skill-based matchmaking. How does that work in a game? So the fact that they could tinker this algorithm how they want to is very scary. And the fact that this could be happening right now is very, very serious. But if you thought that was the end of this, nope, there's more. The patent goes on to note that the same information can be used to identify which sort of in-game purchasable items should be promoted. The system can also be much more specific in the analysis of potential customers in-game. In a particular example, the junior player may wish to become an expert sniper in a game. According to the patent, the microtransaction engine may match the junior player with a player that is a highly skilled sniper in the game. In this manner, the junior player may be encouraged to make in-game related purchases such as a rifle or other items by the marquee player. The system can also drop players into matches that will make use of the in-game related purchases according to the patent. Doing so may entice a level of enjoyment by the player for the game-related purchases, which may encourage future purchases. According to the patent, for example, if the player purchased a particular weapon, a microtransaction engine may match that player in a game session in which the particular weapon is highly effective, giving the player an impression that the particular weapon was a good purchase. This may encourage the player to make future purchases to achieve similar gameplay results. That is sleazy as hell. Oh my God. So this is the one thing that I want to say, and this happens in most games when you get that one weapon that you've been getting dominated by. So let's just use Destiny for example, even though they say it's not implemented in that game. But if you go back to year one Destiny, there was a gun that was called the Vex Mythic class. You could only get it out of the raid. It was a very rare drop by beating a raid boss Atheon at the end. That weapon was so overpowered in a Crucible, it had everybody going trying to get it. Bungie ended up patching that gun and fixing it super fast. It didn't stick around long, but the fact that a person that had that gun felt like they were on God tier, everybody wanted that gun. And the people that got a chance to try that weapon out loved every minute of the time that they had it before it got nerfed. Just like Gjallarhorn. People wanted Gjallarhorn for PvE activities. You literally got kicked out of parties if you didn't have that weapon. If this was something that was sellable in the game, more people would have went out and bought it. That just lets you know just how the hive mind think when it comes to video games. There are less people out there supporting microtransaction than everybody else, but the people that do support it a lot. And that's the reason that these are in games. They're starting to see a pattern where they can make as much money as possible. They're not going to raise the price of games to $80, $90. They tried to do the season pass thing, but now we have companies like EA that's getting away from us. But are they really getting away from it when they're actually charging you for progression through loot boxes like they are in Star Wars? This is going to be a problem, a really big problem going forward. Now, like I said, they say that this isn't implemented in any game, but it's matchmaking. How do you really know? They don't share their algorithm. You don't know how you're being matched up with people. Now you're going to have people out there with a heightened sense of awareness going into games, seeing that people are being matched up with people that have super high rare end stuff. This is like the tip of the iceberg for this really to happen. I really hope that this does not become the norm. I really hope that people rebel against microtransactions in games, because that is the only way this is going to change. If you hit the developer in the pocket where it hurts the most, you will see this change. This is something that is very, very off the wall. I've never heard anything about this before. Like I said, it's very ingenious, it's very smart, but it's just the most craziest thing I've ever seen, because this literally circumvents your power of actually matchmaking in games. Sometimes you will get put into games that you probably should have never been put into just because the algorithm shifted around to actually say like, hey, we're going to put you in this game with this person that's super OP with this super OP weapon, and you don't have it, and they're trying to convince you to buy it. And you know what? If this ever does get implemented into a game, you will see people buy this, because like I said, people have a hive mind, and the ones that don't have time to play the games are going to be the ones that's going to take advantage of a system like this. So here's hoping that this never shows up in the game, but like I said earlier, you never know, it could already be there. So I don't know, guys, what do you think? Is this something that you feel like it's going to be a very big problem later on in the generations or generations to come? Let's talk about that in the comment section. Thanks for watching this video. Sub to the channel if you haven't. Like this video if you like the content. Turn on your notifications, it's going to let you know the next time my video goes live. It's your boy Gaming Forte. You guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.